Alright, game 2. We're back on Jagannatha. So Jagannatha, quite a big map, so a macro-oriented Zerg could make good use of these spread out bases, but given that our Zerg didn't leave 3 bases last time, that might not be happening this game. Barracks coming down at the right time, supply depot coming down about the right time. And another thing to say about this map is that walling off the low ground is a bit more difficult because it's quite a lot wider than it is on Royal Blood. So that's something to consider if you're playing against the Zerg, especially. So, what to say at this point? Not really. This probe gonna come down and build their hatch. This Overlord gonna make his slow journey to the enemy's natural location, and this SCV also gonna have a good look around. Again, it's important to do this against the Zerg. You want to see if they have like an early pool or something. So, to see if they early aggression or if you're going to be okay to expand or not. Because you see no hatch and an early pool, put down that don't put that expand and get ready to defend like 50 links, or you're in trouble. Not literally 50, but a fair amount. He sees this. Look at him. He's probably waiting, and when they see the pool timing, yeah, they're gonna put down the expansion. So that is good. Thinking about it, waiting for the minerals. Here it comes. Okay, there we go. The expand comes down. Orbital command in production for the Terran. This is good. That's how you get your mules and scans, which were very useful for the Terran last game. So we'll see more of that action this game as well. There's a reactor being built onto this side of this factory, on this barracks. Yep, that's fine. You can build 2 marines at a time. Reactor for marines is kind of greedy, but if you've scouted and you've seen that your opponent didn't go pool first, you're fine. If you were to do this, this is absolutely fine. Meanwhile, this factory going to come down. Factory, good building for you to build immediately after your barracks. We'll have to see what we see in the factory this game. I think last game we only saw tanks, but maybe some Hellions, maybe some Cyclones to be this game. There are 2 Marines going through this Overlord, so I think it will die. Because last game there was only one Marine having a picket hit, now it's 2. Just double the damage. But yeah, it's gonna fall, and that is just grim. Oh, look at that! Look at all that gore fall into the water. Oh, that is grim. Ew. Love that. Alright. A worker in production as soon as this finishes building. That's fantastic stuff. There comes a bunker down. This will defend from any early aggression from the Zerg. These Lings is going to sit here while speed is on its way. I can't help but notice this queen has energy, and so does this one, so please inject. Like, you have 31 energy. That is enough to inject. You want to be making these as fast as possible. Inject on cooldown pretty much, so you can have enough lava to spend. Meanwhile, this queen not putting down a creep tumor yet, so I'd like to see it put down a creep tumor. There we are. Yeah, get your creep spread started, because that last game your creep spread was pretty miserable. So if you can improve on that, that'd be cool. Another nice idea for you would be put a creep tumor like here or around here, try and bridge the gap between your 2 bases with creep. That would be very, very nice indeed, wouldn't it? Alright, Roach Warren and Baneling Nest for the Zerg player. I don't think we actually saw any Banelings last game, despite the fact we did see a Baneling Nest, so I'll have to see if that actually ends up getting used this game. Double gas coming down for the Zerg. I would have preferred, especially for Zerg, this is especially true, you don't put these down until you're fully saturated on your base, on your natural expand. Like, you're not even fully saturated here. Don't put down the gas until you're fully saturated on the mineral line, please. Okay, yeah, you are connecting the bases. That's good stuff. I like to see that from you. Very, very good stuff from the Zerg player here. And the Terran player too, of course. It looks as though after this tank has been made, and it was just a 1 tank, this This factory now, we're having put a reactor put on it, so we're gonna have to see what comes out of that. This Viking is out in the sky, and it looks like it's going to get a good look around in the opponent's base, which I like to see. Again, the scouting Viking, not a common maneuver, but I don't mind some scouting of some form. It's perfectly fine. You know what you could have done? You could have done like a medevac drop. That would have been nice. You know, get a medevac instead of this Viking. Put some Marines in it and drop them in your opponent's mineral line. That would have been nice. But no, instead you shoot a Viking, which I don't know. At least you're being active. I can't know. Once again, your Queens of Energy. Okay, this Queen gonna take a few hits at the Viking. What does this thing see? It sees everything. It's gonna have a little shot of the drones. It's gonna get at most one before it's absolutely eviscerated. So yeah, if you wanted to do something like that, you should have built a medevac and put some Marines in it, not just built a Viking. But they will see there's a Baning Nest and a Roach Warren, so they pretty much see all the Zerg's tech, and they also see that the layer's in production. Third coming down for the Zerg. It's very, very late for a third. You want to take your third early as Zerg. You want to be about one base ahead of your opponent, ideally, at all times. Potentially more if as the game enters the late stages. These queens look like, you know, they have lots of energy they could be using to spread creep. So, you know, I'd like to see that. Connect your bases like you did earlier. That'd be nice. Start injects at this hatchery. As it is, the Zerg army going to be on the move, and at this stage of the game, the Zerg actually does have an army supply lead, but that's quickly gonna go. They're gonna be dashed. If they attack before these Marines finish, they will have a lead. But if they don't, well, then they're just gonna, you know, they're not gonna be able to do anything. The Zerg's just gonna sit here at this base as it is. So I reckon the Terran will be able to defend. We are gonna see Hydralisk speed in production. Is that Hydralisk? No, that's Roach speed. Sorry. And Baneling speed in production, but I can't help but notice there are no Banelings. Are you gonna morph some of these Zerglings into Banelings? I hope so. That'd be nice. Look at these production tabs. Hydralisk in production. Look at this. Stim and combat shield as well. Look at these production tabs, guys. This is really good stuff. I'm impressed. Okay, here are the Banelings being morphed. I'm expecting a wall, which you should. And Roger's gonna do a little dance around them to help them. They didn't morph nearly all of them into Banelings. Jesus. Fair enough. Here come more roaches. And as it is, you waited too late for this attack, Mr. Zerg player. Your opponent now has substantially more army supply. As it is, the Banelings do break the wall, but there aren't enough roaches to do anything with it. So you break the wall, but you lose all your army there. So that is going to be substantially in favor of the Terran. But no, I do like the idea of building Banelings to break through. That does work for you, but you do not have enough roaches to follow up on that. Your opponent's army is far bigger than yours. So what do you do in response to this? Well, you put down another hatchery. You make sure to spend your queen energy on injects constantly, so you don't run out of lava, and you build units. Now, you should have more drones on minerals than you do gas right now. Your build isn't that gas heavy. You just have less minerals than you should have, really, because you should have your mineral lines fully saturated before you think about taking extra gases other than the first one, and you haven't done that, and that's not good. I think your opponent has been doing something a little similar, but it's not as bad for Terran. It's more important for Zerg, so although it's still important it's important for all races, but you know, it's particularly important for Zerg, so keep that in mind. I like that you're building more queens, but it's only good if you use their energy. Like, this queen should be injecting. This queen should be injecting. I like that you sent one over here, presumably to inject. That's good. But this queen is full energy. Yeah, there you go. You could be using this to spread creep everywhere, but you haven't, and that is an important skill of Zerg. Creep really helps you gain map control and take engagements. At this point in the game, your creep could be like up to here, you know, across the map, but it isn't. But you know, you're stuck on 3 bases with like no creeps at all, which I'm pretty sad about, to be completely honest. The Terran player are going to scan for some bases and not see any, so you know, they might be as confused as I am. As it is, the Zerg army going to try and close in on the Terran army. Imagine if this was on creep. I mean, I don't think it would matter because the army size is just far in favour of the Terran, but if this was on creep, this engagement could have been a little different. As it is, there's just more army here, because RandomBanana, you have been spending your money very, very well indeed. You're going to lose barely anything, while the Zerg loses practically all of their army. And I can't help but think this is GG. There's no response to this army, and GreyRavon, you basically lost for the same reasons you lost the previous game, so I won't repeat myself there. It's very, very sad to see queens at this much energy as they die, you know. Keep your queens low on energy, use their abilities basically on cooldown. There are 2 swarm hosts in production, not sure about this. So yeah, GreyRavon, good stuff from you, but you know, keep that queen energy low and do creep spread, do injects, and you'll be absolutely set, won't you? As a Terran player, no notes, none. You played this absolutely fantastically. Good stuff. Alright guys, it's 2-0 to RandomBanana. GG.